How many of you guys were at the product keynote this morning and got to see a really cool real-time voice demo, right? Pretty sick? Pretty sick? Yes. Well, good news. That's what this session is about. Is going to be voice agents and how can you incorporate a voice first campus. I'll be honest with you. Whenever we first started introducing this, the question I had in my mind was, people don't really like speaking on the phone, but no, the problem is people don't want to speak to people. And so what we're seeing now is this trend of people actually preferring to speak to AI, and that is the methodology of choice of how they're doing that. So there's no better team, and to be honest with you, if it's not abundantly clear with the things you've seen with our product, we really do have the best damn engineering team on the face of the earth, which all of them are in here. So let's go and hear it for them real quick. And two of them are on stage here. So led by Petter, and then Saba is with him. They're going to be talking about being able to create a voice-first campus today. So everyone, loud cheers for Petter and Saba.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Mic check. Okay, all good. Thank you. So I promise this is the last presentation I'm doing today. So you will not see me anymore. But tomorrow we will have something again. So today, voice. We will go, this will be more demo oriented. The goal is to showcase all different possibilities, how you can use voice and kind of like what it opens up and how it's like the entry point to that like call center replacement that we will kind of like work on by the end of the year to implement. And just a little bit about our journey. We touched base on the keynote, but basically this is where we were a year ago. We came to Engage. Night before the keynote, we were like, hey, what can we do to be like a total surprise? And it was the audio messages that AI kind of like answer on. And if you take a look, like it's fine, it's nice, but it has a lot of limitations, like, one turn at a time. It's not real time. You can interrupt. It's always like full thing or nothing. So, but that was the state and the reality at that moment. Going forward, we were lucky that OpenAI has built a really, really good model that allows AI to speak. It was actually the first model we started to use. That model is actually the one that we still call experimental, and I'll explain later when we go a little bit into the architecture. But it's actually how we entered the kind of like the picture, and like, hey, we can actually make it. We can make it that element can speak, and an AI in element can speak. So a year after, we came to here, and you saw some of the demos. We'll go a little bit more in depth to showcase how we can use it actually for real use cases. What's important to mention, voice, again, is just a new channel, right? If you think about it, just a different way to communicate. It's still built on the same platform, the same agents, connects to the same data. It's just how you think about it. Like the medium is different, so how you present information. You can't really now list out links. You need to send them via text. When somebody calls on that phone number, do you actually know who the user is? Because the element phone number is not the unique one. So there's all these different gotchas. So we need to like handle that a little bit differently. But generally, it's the same thing as anything else that agents do. Like either it's text, email, WhatsApp, or voice. So they'll be the same agent handling that. Some of the key capabilities, and you heard them generally are, it's human sounding. So the models are getting really, really good. Every 2-3 months, there's a new release. They're trained specifically on certain scenarios to sound human-like, to have, like ums and then and then in gaps and stops. But also, what's interesting, they're now trained to handle business information. That's, hey, it's not sexy, right? But hey, you will in most cases need to cite addresses, cite phone numbers, cite course codes. That's important to be good. Like you can also make a voice sound like Matthew McConaughey. You can make it be fun and all that. That also works. But there's no practicality. So we want to focus on practicality. And right now we have really good practical models that also sound human-like, and they're crossing that uncanny valley now. As you saw, I will actually showcase with you haven't actually saw the outbound calling, but we'll see both inbound and outbound. They can receive calls and answer, but you can also give them a goal. They can go out, reach out, and try to talk to the student and handle that conversation. Some other things to mention, again, we saw the knowledge and skills, as they are the same agents that you use for chat, for web, for SMS. They are the same as voice. So they'll have connection to your appointments, to your events, to applications, to read data from Element. Now with the SS integration, for example, imagine we can make a flow that it can go into the SS message and read information all over the phone call, of course, after authorization. And one thing also, it's certainly experimental, the multilingual aspect, important up to degree, depending on kind of like what's your population. Spanish will soon be supported fully, but all the other languages will be experimental. That because we use that experimental model that I showcased. I mean, you heard it. It's wild. We'll do another demo with it, but it has some gotchas. It's not as robust as the first one. That's business oriented. And why is that? So here's the kind of explanation how it works. It's a little bit more technical. Bear with me. Just it might click. So just sorry if I'm going too deep. But you see on the top picture and then below picture. So the top picture is actually the business one that we use. So it's built from 3 different AI models, wide free. It's actually something that's called a chained architecture. It's actually how even a year ago you might start to build this type of kind of like a real-time voice speaking model. Because if you think about it, what are the components of it, right? As you speak, sound is coming. You have chunks of sound. You need to transfer those chunks of sound into text, right? As you get text, you have the large language model. You have ChatGPT, right? You can pass that text to ChatGPT. ChatGPT can think, answer. You get text back. When you get text, can you convert that back to voice? So basically, that's how it works. The audio is coming in, text is coming out. That text is being converted again to voice. What's the problem of that approach? 3 different AI calls, right? So it can be slow sometimes, latency. A year ago, latency was really visible. That's why it started. There were other products as well on the market trying to solve this, but there was just probably you just feel it's AI because there's these big gaps because AI was just not that fast. Over time, all 3 models started to be. These are actually 3 different models, like to convert speech to text, text to text, and text to speech. They all became really faster. That they now break that and they now sound more and more human-like, and that will just get better and better. But again, second problem is because of all the steps, right? When you convert speech carries a lot of information. It has the tone, how fast I'm speaking, am I angry, am I not? All that is carried to speech. We humans, we understand that that's in our nature. But AI then loses that. If that information is reduced to just text, then going out, if I go now and start to shout into the model, it won't understand how frustrated am I. So that's where the second picture comes into play. That's the new type of model, the real-time one. We support actually both. When you use an element, you'll be able to pick one or the other depending on the use case that you want to support. So the other one is speech to speech. So speech comes in, speech comes out. How they did it, I don't know. so neural networks generally are like you can give it a lot of data and they can find patterns and then try to mimic those patterns, and they were able to figure it out. But it has some problems. It has certain bugs that they're still trying to figure out. That they even say themselves, we're trying to figure out how to fix this because it's a new way of thinking. Like imagine like a model that thinks in speech. Maybe that's how we do also in our heads. Maybe, who knows? But that's basically where we are right now. But you saw maybe today on the keynote how that model is more expressive. It shouts, it goes down. It's even more human-like. So I think this is the future. I think any like 2-3 months from now, they can be just a new model that just goes at 10% more, and we have this in production. So imagine that you can speak to an AI and you don't even know that it's a person. Like it's crazy where this is getting. Okay, so I think we already started demos. We'll do 5 demos, different aspects. So let's play a bit. And sorry if we have any mic issues. We'll try to demo because we didn't practice in this room, but I think it should be fun.
Hello, you've reached Brenda L.
Oh, sorry.
Hi there. How can I assist you today?
Hey, Brenda. I have some questions. What are the deadlines for the admission application?
Okay, let me search for the admission application deadlines for you. One moment, please. Here are the key deadlines. Early decision is November 1st. Early action is November 15th. And regular decision is January 15th. For transfer students, it's March 1st for fall.
Oof, Brenda,
for spring.
Stop, Brenda. That's too much. I can't remember all that. Can you send me maybe a text with a summary of that information?
All right. I sent a summary of the admission deadlines to your phone as a text message. Would you like help with anything else?
That's it. Thank you. So, one sec. I didn't do a screen mirror, but people in the first can see. So what's interesting here? Showcases the information was actually in the knowledge base. I can maybe quickly even show for people that maybe have not seen our knowledge base. That's the place where you actually put for your text chatbots as well. Here. So all that information is here. That can be your website, the PDFs, course catalogs. So same things that other agents would draw information from. That's where you draw that information from. One of the things that we saw in this type of kind of like agent communication is you can digest that much information. Like in text, you can just write you like a big list if there's a lot. But for voice, you need that ability to send via text. So that will be like our power tool. Just give me now one moment. I want to showcase one more thing.
Oh, you've reached Brenda, Element University's virtual assistant. How can I help you today?
Hey, Brenda. I actually would like to talk to Sava Lazic. He's the principal engineer. Can you maybe put me in touch with him?
I'm not able to directly connect you to Sabalis right now. Would you like contact information for the engineering department? Or maybe I can help answer your question first.
You can. I just pronounced his name bad. He's called Sava Lazic. It's a bit harder with Serbian names.
All right, please hold while I transfer you to Sava Lasik. One moment.
So now it will go in and we'll do like a conference call. So we'll use my call to go. Is it better here? Yeah, better. What's up? Hey, Sava, can you help me with the next demo? Can you do it, please? Okay, thank you. So what was interesting here and why this worked and how it did work. I mean, I'll do just a quick showcase. So in Element, all your staff can put phone numbers. So Sal has his own here. And if you do that and enable like another thing, AI can then use you in like a call routing, like a call center. So this is kind of like our first attempt to get there. Of course, we want to build much more robust like call trees, handling logic, delegating and all that. That's coming by the end of the year. This is the start. Sorry, please.
Now I will present you how you can schedule appointments via on call. I will call university number that you can set up here. That basically routes to the agent. So to do that.
Hello, you've reached Brenda, Element University's virtual assistant. How can I help you today?
Hey Brenda, I'm doing a live presentation and I would appreciate some tutoring session. Do you have some? I would like to schedule some appointment.
Are you still there? How can I help
You're mute. Are you mute?
I'm muted, yeah.
We did the same part.
It happens every time. Okay, I'm there. I'm doing some live presentation and I would like to schedule appointment for tutoring. Can you help me?
Okay, I can help you schedule a tutoring appointment. Which subject or class do you need tutoring for?
I'm not sure. I just... Can you recommend some?
No problem. I can recommend some common tutoring topics like math, writing, or science. Would you like to pick one of these, or should I list all available tutoring options for you?
I'm preparing for the presentation, so some public speaking tutoring would be helpful.
All right, tutoring and public speaking sounds good. Let me check for available appointments for public speaking tutoring. One moment while I search for that information. I found a tutoring appointment called Tutoring, held at the Academic Support Center in the lower level of the library. These sessions can help with public speaking and presentation skills. Would you like to schedule a session with a tutor for public speaking there? If yes, what day or time is...
Yes, please. We have time. Morning.
The earliest available appointment is Thursday morning, June 26th. Times start at 9 a.m. and go through the morning. Would you like to book the 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. slot? Or is there another time that works better for you that morning?
Yes, 9 a.m. works.
Great. Your tutoring appointment is set for Thursday, June at 9 a.m. With a link to confirm your appointment. Could you please check your phone for that message? Would you like any tips or resources for your presentation while you're preparing?
I said, oh, thank you. Bye.
So again, this is the same flow you saw. We did it with text before, with the chatbots and via email or SMS. So now we actually have that via phone call. One of the things that was interesting, you saw the live feed. So we were to actually monitor what the AI is saying at the same time as the conversation is happening. And you also saw that summary of the conversation. So every AI conversation will have a summary, so you can actually quickly see like what's going on, what happened. And now imagine what we can do with that information. We can build in Element more stuff. We can use that to give you like sentiment analysis. We can give you tips, tricks. We can tell you, hey, what information will be helpful to build knowledge base. So these are the common types of questions you're getting. This is the things that AI is struggling. This is things that AI is not struggling. So it all opens up a lot of possibilities.
As you can see, in my SMS messages, I received the link to confirm my appointment. It will go to a regular appointments website, and that should be it for appointments.
And the reason, so for example, it'll be like, hey, why didn't book immediately? Well, we could decide to do that, but then you enter a problem. Hey, the student now needs to cite their information or a phone call. That's really not a good user experience. Like that, we actually have good user experience built in doing websites, right? So you can actually use that combination, like switch the channels, go from voice, then draw them into GUI, because that's where you actually build something that's nice that gives them like maybe 2-3 clicks and they enter the information. It's probably already auto-saved. They click in first name, they already see all their information. They just do in 2 clicks, right? So that you will see that kind of combination of approaches, just for sake of user experience. One thing I would like to show is all these, because we were calling different numbers. How do you get AI to answer on a phone call? So here, sorry, I don't see the mouse, so it's a little bit hard to navigate. I'm barely figuring it out. Okay, we're here. So you see the different phone numbers, and you see that there's different icons. They basically tell you, hey, this is incoming calls are forwarded to a Bolt agent. So basically you can just buy a number, and if I could figure out where the mouse is, I would be able to click. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, this is not good. Sorry, team. Give me just one moment. Do you see my mouse? Oh, you see my mouse. Okay. I could just look it down.
Oh, no, it's there.
Okay. So here, where you see the same interface as before, when you buy a number, one of the features we had is, hey, forward the incoming calls, because Element before could not take calls. We're like, hey, we could just delegate to any number that you have. In this case, you can, hey, I can just forward this to a Bolt agent, and I can pick any of the Bolt agents that are in there. And you see this Bolty is actually the one that we did during the keynote, the one that's crazy and all that. We'll do that again. But it's that easy, like 2 clicks. You just go in, set the agent, and forward to it. The agent uses the knowledge that he has access to, so you can limit access. You have different phone numbers for different departments and handle that way. So I'll leave it to you.
We will now show how you can create a conversation that will call students. Here, as a regular conversation, you can create a phone call conversation channel. Then you set up a Bolt agent to make a call. You pick some agent.
Let's pick some different one now.
Yeah.
Just to hear a different voice.
Let's pick Brian. And you add some instructions.
What are we doing so?
We will try to engage student to sign up for open house event. And let's call Peter.
Okay. So with this flow, what's really interesting, there's more things happening under the hood. Even though we set just one line of instructions, it's not that simple. So if you do this, like the agent will call, and the student will be like, hey, why are you calling me? Well, to sign up for an open house. And then you will ask, well, what can you tell me more? Okay, let me search that information. So the whole goal is there need to be a phone call preparation, like same as you would call in a sales call. So here it is. Hello?
Hello, man.
Sorry if I interrupted you.
Hi. No worries at all. I just wanted to let you know why I'm calling. I'm reaching out to personally invite you to our upcoming open house event, which is a great chance to explore campus, learn about programs, meet faculty and students, and get your questions answered. Would you like to hear a bit more about the event, or would you like help signing up?
Hey, Brian, that's all good, but you actually called me in a wrong moment. I'm actually on a live presentation. Can we do it maybe later?
Absolutely, Pitar. I apologize for the timing. When would be a better time for me to reach out? Do you prefer a call or maybe a quick text message with details about the open house?
Just send me the quick text message, and that's fine.
I sent you a text with the registration link. and all the details for the open house. If you have a moment later, just check your messages, and you can sign up or ask me any other questions. Would you like me to follow up tomorrow?
No,
Or
no,
are you all
that's
set
all
for
good.
now?
Thank you. So that's another interesting flow. So what's really important about this one? So can you now, if was anybody on the Bolt agents or the Bolt jobs presentation? Or announce the proactive ones that go on and do the goals here? Let's see the hands just so I know. So for people that haven't, so we built Bolt jobs that kind of like can proactively accomplish a goal using the tools in Element. So if you now see this is a tool. If now there's a way for AI to go and call, like here we give it instructions ourselves, but that doesn't scale. Like you will probably not go and for every student write the instructions you want. Probably it's something to do for a pool of students. So that's where this hooks up. So Bolt jobs, you just give it a job. Hey, go out, reach out to the students, get them to sign up. It goes in and tries everything. Can try SMS, email, phone call, whatever works, or whatever is the preferred channel of the student, and try that. So it like increases your chances of conversion as well. So those are the outbound calls. I think what would be nice now for the fourth demo, I think we should call the Bolty from Keynote the crazy model, and I want to demonstrate the multilingual capabilities. So one sec, please.
Well, hello there, Petar. Or should I say, welcome to the AI Showcase Extravaganza. How are we feeling today? Ready to dazzle everyone with what we got?
Hey, we are actually now on the second presentation, the voice presentation. We are kind of like explaining to the people how you work and why you work and why you're so great. One thing that I would like you to show to people is how great you are at speaking different languages. Can you maybe say, hey, can you come to an open house in a couple of languages? For example, Spanish, let's do German, and let's do Mandarin.
Claro que sí. En español, hola, ¿te gustaría venir a una jornada de puertas abiertas? Now in German. Hallo, möchtest du zu einem Tag der offenen Tür kommen? And let's do Mandarin too. 你好，你想来我们的开放日吗? Boom, 3 languages, 1 open house invite. Anything else you'd like me to roll out?
So we have some people here that are from Italy, actually. They actually flew all the way to the US. Can you maybe do Italian as well?
Assolutamente. Ciao, ti andrebbe di venire a un open house? There we go. A little Italian flair to make everyone feel right at home.
Thank you. We're great.
More language-
Well, it was fun. Where is this from? Oh. And maybe for our last demo for today, one thing that we haven't showcased, we just mentioned it, was that we actually built this into the chat. So there's a feature we call advanced voice mode, which kind of like allows AI to talk through the messenger. And just want to show you here. Basically, as you remember on the chat when you enter, you can pick any of the assistants that's available on a specific page. So now just another medium of communication will be this. Where you can find this useful, for example, imagine like student is driving, you can just click that and talk while it's driving to the assistant to get some information, find some information, that type of stuff, or book an event or whatever. So I think that'll be most of the use cases when your hands are tied, you can type. Hey, maybe just easier to speak, and that's it.
Yeah, I will show you how it looks like. Hey Brenda, I would like to apply. Can you help me?
Of course. I can help you with that. Let me check the available admission applications for Element University. We have a couple of applications available. Are you looking to apply as a freshman, transfer, or graduate student? Or are you interested in a scholarship application?
As a freshman.
Great. I sent a link to your screen to start your application as a freshman at Element University. You can complete the process from there. If you have any questions while filling it out, feel free to ask.
So what happened here? Agent provide me the link for the application, like a regular one, where you can create application like you regularly go to the website. So that's the same flow as we already have when you chat via text.
And you kind of like saw it was necessary, right? If the screen is taken for, hey, we're talking around, there's certain actions that the user will need to take still that, again, are not how you do it through voice. I mean, you can But imagine, hey, can you not tell me your major? Can you tell me your term? What's your first name? What's your last name? What's your address? That's just not user friendly to go that. You can build that, but it's I don't see that being used that much. So that's it. That's it for the demos. You saw like different use cases. So outbound, inbound. One thing I would like to show maybe before we go to kind of like the ending is here when you look at the agents. Sorry, go here. So let me just open one. To give voice to an assistant is basically just select it from a list. Here, we have around 50 plus different voices. You'll have different explanations for each one. You also, when you select them, there will be a play button below where you will hear how it sounds.
Thank you for calling ClearPath Solutions. I'm Alex, your virtual assistant. Let me quickly check your account. I see the issue with your login.
So you see it has those they're actually really hard. We take it for granted as humans, but they're really hard to like incorporate into AI models. You will see also flags of different languages it speaks. So you see the multilingual, for example, Alloy that does a lot of them. You'll see that it says experimental, but it actually supports all these languages. So if you're actually reaching out to like an international pool of students, or maybe using WhatsApp to text, or like, and then you want the same one that texts in different languages, also speak different languages, just to like maintain that character integrity. So if they were texting with, in this case, Reese, and they call Reese, then to be the same person. So it's interesting, right? So take a look here. You can pick one, whatever. Let's try like maybe one male one as well, just to see the difference.
Thank you for calling.
Oh, this is not male.
Thank you for calling ClearPath Solutions. I'm Alex, your virtual assistant. Let me quickly check your account. I see the issue with your login. I've reset access for you, and it should work within about 30 seconds.
So they actually build them with different, different accents, and so it's really interesting. There's another platform we're thinking of integrated. We'll see, but you can build your custom voice. You can just maybe record yourself. Artist recording himself. We actually tried to see how that like to build a artist AI to talk on the conference, but quality was a little bit bad. So we're like, okay, let's not do it right now. But maybe in the future. But that's it. To close out, I mean, the benefits are clear, right? If you have AI to answer your phone, like right now. Like your staff needs to answer everything on phone call. Like in most cases, really important stuff, either really important stuff or not important stuff will come via real phone calls, right? So you can't really not answer them. You need to have somebody on the phone line and they're tied to that and to provide that answers. What if there can be AI? Like if you see on chat, like around the 80, 85 to 90% resolution, sometimes just be AI chatbots on text. So imagine if you get that on phone calls, how much work gets reduced, and you can use that to do something else, or to do something that matters more. Generally, you see it scales instantly because it's just AI. We can spin up as many as needed. They can all work in parallel, so it's no longer like one number and only one person can answer, right? You can be at hundreds of them. You can go up, go down, and that's it. This is available for everybody. Whoever is on the AI Bolt package already, so there you will have access to voice, so you can start playing with it. The pricing is 10 cents per minute. So that's the pricing for the AI to run and answer those calls. And that's it. Thank you for listening for us. This is a QR code, and you probably saw the website demo, so this kind of goes there. Some of the demos you will go and talk to the AI, so that can be a nice way to explore as well. Thank you.
Do we want to do some questions, if there are any? Any questions? Anyone have any questions? Brian, we got lots of hands. Okay. Brian, you were first, so I'm going to go back to you, and then I'll come back this way.
So, Peter, there will be people who call in that don't want to deal with AI.
There's a handoff.
Does it have an out to an agent line or a line that we designate?
So you maybe saw in the second demo, right? We did like I asked specifically to talk to Sava, but if I didn't, it will say, hey, I want to talk to a human. I'm okay, let me hand you off to a human. Who would you like to talk to? Like, what's the title or what's the department? And then you could write you there. But we will work to make it more robust. So right now, AI takes a look at the titles, and then, hey, there's an academic advisor, this and that, which you think there can be many of them. So we want to make that so you have more control. Right now, it's kind of like AI's decision and giving options, but we want to make it like, hey, you can define a route tree, and then it will follow that for your rules.
There is a place in the UI, as you can see, where you can enter the phone number for the transfer.
Oh yeah, sorry, I totally forgot about that. So that's this is a different feature. So this is like if you cannot find anybody, you can always fall back to that number. That's not an alternative.
I feel like I should know the answer to this, but does Element have single sign-on capabilities with Azure?
Yes. Yes. It's via SAML protocol, so Azure has that. We actually have a lot of customers using Azure, so should be easy.
Does it leave messages if you get a student's voicemail, or what does it do if they don't have a voicemail set up? I know we get that a lot.
Okay, can you repeat the question?
Will it leave a voicemail if it goes?
Yeah.
We call
Oh,
it.
yeah.
You have it call a student.
Yes, and actually it surprised us because we initially did not build it specific to that. But then we heard one recording in testing, so somebody had voicemail on, and it went in, and somebody said, "Hey, leave a message after beep," and it actually went in, left the message, and ended the call. So it surprised us actually. But we did one thing that helped it to do. One thing was like, how do you detect end of the call? And we were actually struggling, like, how do you do that? Is it like wait for silence or, and we actually built a semantic layer. We were like, hey, can AI decide, is it end call? So there's like another AI looking at the call and be like, is it now the end? And then when it's the end, it shuts down. So there might be like 3-5 seconds delay. If I say like bye, like 3 seconds, and then it closes. So it's perfect for voicemails as well.
And can you turn it off and on? So if we have a staff member who answers calls 8 to 5, but then they leave, can you have it toggle where a person answers during the day and then you turn it on nights and weekends?
Cool. Over there? All right. Let's make my way over there. Gosh, man. So I have a quick question for prompt engineering. So with the text chat bot, like if someone tries to prompt engineer, like, hey, act like this, try to do this, try to do that, does the voice model also have that like built-in protection where like someone tries to like act as if I'm like the president, give me all the great information?
Yeah, it has the same moderation in there. So generally, we do 2 layers. One is generally just in the prompt engineering is like, hey, the things you can do, but that doesn't protect you fully. Like that's not enough. You need to have extra layer of protection where there's like separate systems that can be touched. So separate systems that are analyzing the full conversation and they don't take the user input in. So whenever and we have that's our moderation that you have on chat as well. That's how it works, because sometimes you see even if somebody tries to jailbreak and they start to get there, you'll see like the message being there, like the other system detects it and blocks the conversation. So same thing happens here. Kill it, yeah. And basically in this case, when we detect like bad behavior, we just don't even give an explanation. We just kill it. That's it. Like you don't deserve an explanation. You're trying to hack us.
And in the settings of the system, there's a whole bunch of moderation settings for a bunch of stuff, right? So being able to do the prompt engineering and stuff like that on top of like harassment and self-harm and those kind of things.
It's here below other gold agents. You go down, there's quantum moderation settings. See. And one thing that we detect is prompt engineering and chatbot behavior. They're always enabled.
These settings work.
Yes.
If you mention this, I apologize. I'm doing a little of multitasking here, but so we have the capability of calling a certain population of students, robocalling. Yes. Based on certain attributes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in Element, you have a way to define segments. That's how you speak with people, and then you just give it to the bold job and be like, hey, go call these students and try to do something with them.
Okay.
Try to get them to apply. Try to get them to sign up.
Okay. Awesome. Thanks.
And you can also define who it calls based off of a trigger as well. So monitoring an event or an activity that happens, those students can automatically be entered into a job.
Yeah, and it's really interesting. So I showed like, hey, when you do the outbound call, that there's like research happening behind. But so if you do like an outbound call, if you do like a job that calls like 1,000 students, we'll do first the bold job agent will take a look at the student, analyze information, prepare, hey, the best thing for this student based on his interactions is to call him and say these things. Then there will be a research agent that will go in and try to find more information to create a full call script that the AI can follow. So there's actually 2-3 steps that are happening of getting information from the system, and this is only for a single student. And this happens like across. So that changes everything.
Where we go? Oh, you're good. We got time.
So when you program it for an incoming call, have you all tested out like how many, if somebody else calls and the agent is already answering, does they get a busy signal, or does it kick in and another a clone of the agent kicks in and takes over the call?
That's the beauty. Just a clone of the agent. There can be as many clones as needed.
What's the limit y'all have seen, or do you know?
We're just starting, so we haven't seen any limits yet. So when we see them, we'll reach out. Well, we have a good relationship as well for the vendors with the models, so we can get higher rate limits and all that. Generally, I don't expect, like, we do have a couple of customers that do use in-app calling in Element and receiving calls, so we use that as like a volume metric. It's not something huge, but let's see. Maybe there's somebody just having a case where they get a ton of calls, and then they will really appreciate the solution.
Not necessarily an element-specific question, but what's the general availability of this voice generation technology? I've seen this sort of stuff be theorized to be used with tech support scams. I was curious if that was something that would be like generally accessible to someone without technical skill today, or is this something that still requires a good deal of technical knowledge to interact with?
No, you don't need any technical. This behaves like if you go to ChatGPT, for example, in chatbot, you don't need, like, you the only thing you need to do is log in there. This is even simpler because everybody's used to call, right? So you can give it to anybody, like even your grandpa, who that maybe he's not like using IT that much, and he can call and he'll be able to converse and have a conversation. So you don't need.
You guys are giving me a workout. So does the agent have the ability, so if a call comes in maybe from a different country code, like a Nepalese country code, is it, or can you set it up to where it maybe asks that student if they want to be spoken to in their native language instead of English?
We don't support that, but that's easy to add. That's a good idea. Feature request.
So if you get a voicemail, the agent gets a voicemail, how do you tell it to call back till you get a live voice?
No, the agent leaves the voicemail. If you call it, it's always available. So it should always be. You should never go to voicemail of the agent. Agent should always be there.
So if it leaves a voicemail, but you want a live voice, how do you tell the agent that you want a live voice to talk to and not just leave a voicemail?
So if I understand right, so you called, a voice agent called you. You were not there. You got a voicemail. Then you call it back, but you don't want to talk to the AI, right? You want to talk to the human, right?
So the AI calls the student.
Yes.
The voicemail, right? But I work with AI, it might be. Hold on, follow up on that phone call. Yell or somebody like.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Right.
yeah, here you go. Yeah.
So the bold jobs, that's actually what they do. So if they get a voicemail, they're going to reason about it next time and say, oh, I'm going to call this. I got a voicemail, so I'm going to call this person again. And they usually set up, like, they think about how much time to leave in between, so they schedule themselves to call again at a future time. Yeah. Was that accurate?
I still don't understand what was the question.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I want
the live voice thing confused me.
Hey, so during the demo, you asked the agent to speak to you in a couple of different languages. If the agent called a student and they picked up the phone and answered in a non-English language, does the agent have language detection where it's like, so that's whatever it is, and then answer in that language from that point?
Yes, if you use a multilingual one. If you use just English, it's not able to, because even if why the just English one is really good for professional use case is all three models are specifically trained. So the first model that detects speech to text, that's also a hard problem because there's specific words that you say that it can be mispronounced. For example, you see, I said his name and it was mispronounced. That's a hard problem because just a little bit of tone up or down and it detects a whole different thing. So the model that we use is professional grade to detect like those numbers, addresses, that type of stuff, and those cannot be pronounced. Also supports a thing that we call key terms. You can actually get a list of like a list of common things for higher education that people might be saying, and then it'll kind of be more kind of like focused on that if he hears those words, and also like the school name and the school short name, right? For example, we have a customer CMO. If I say CMO without that type of stuff, it might get confused. Like, well, what's that? It was a CVIS or something. So like there's these different edge cases. So that's why we have those separate models. The multilingual one is able to switch to any language. If I call it now and I start speaking on Serbian, it will just continue on Serbian language. However, it has those risks that some words cannot be understood well. So then you might need to repeat and be like, like with a human that maybe doesn't understand you. Like, and I said this actually. So that's the. It will actually not understand the language. That's the problem right now. What we will probably build is just a handoff to a human in that case, if that's the case. Because we did test it, it was a little bit confused. We are waiting on the Spanish one. Spanish one is coming right now. So when we have that, we'll cover a good majority of use cases, but there will still be some minorities that kind of over time we'll need to fill it.
I have a quick question about conference calls. So let's say, for example, the AI agent's talking to a student and he's like, oh, let me bring my mom into this because my mom can answer that question. And the mom joins in the conference call. Can it, like, the AI agent detect, like,
yes,
mom?
It can detect that. We just don't have it built, but that will be in that call center kind of like functionality where we go in. All those little features will be important. But conference calls are supported, and AI can detect that. We just need to hook those things together. Shouldn't be hard.
All right. Beautiful. All right, let's hear it for Petter and Tava, everyone.
Thank you.